Hi, I'm James the Box Office Artist, and welcome to the Throwback, Episode 2, where I go back through my old art in my professional career and my amateur career. A lot of you have been asking me if I have a sketchbook, and you like to see me go through sketchbooks and sketches and all that. I'll tell you, I don't really have sketchbooks. Like, I have like loose paper where I sketch stuff, and I'll show you guys some of that eventually. But I thought it would be fun if we could go back in time and take a look at some of the professional art that I did way back in the day. Now, as of this recording, just recently I posted a video where I talked about my very first job at DC, and that was on a title called Tokyo Storm Warning with Warren Ellis. So I thought it would be fun to go through some of that artwork that I did for that particular comic book. So I'll take you guys through some of my concept work for that and through the first issue. So let's take a look. So let's start off with some concept work I did for the series. So before I even started, so they gave me the script and the outline. So they first of all needed me to design the exoskeletons or the costumes of the particular characters, right? So these were the ones who were controlling the big robots, right? So this is the character. So this is the characters that I designed here. So very Iron Man-y in that sense. And this little boy here, maybe I could zoom in a little bit. Here, this little boy here, he was central to the story, but you don't really realize that till the end of the book. So I might as well spoil it because it's been how many years, but this boy, he's been drawing in the he's been drawing, and everything he drew came to life, and nobody really knew that until the end of the series. So I just spoiled that for you. So you could I should put a spoiler alert, but yeah, so these were the initial designs I did for these particular characters. So this girl is Zoe Flynn. This is Renji Yamashiro. That was him. So yeah, I was still learning how to draw, trying to find my style and how to draw humans at this point, but I'll go through that through the comic. So this is my initial design of the big robot that they have. So again, you know, of course, like the influences are very apparent here, right? So, you know, like of course, Gundam for sure. Like any bit, like Power Rangers for sure, like all giant robots, they were all huge influences to me designing these particular robots here. So, you know, I had the head here and this, and I knew this one in particular was going to have wings, but this was enough to get approved by DC before going forward with the comic book. And here's one here. This is the main monster baddie. I forgot the particular name of this. But I forgot the particular name. But I knew, like, 3 heads, and then he wanted like one main dragon head, and then one where the head was sewn together here, and then one mechanical head, right? So yeah, this was a cool design. I really like this design here. So, and I actually like this drawing. I don't think I could draw like this anymore. I'm not sure. So here we actually get into the pages, and this one here. This is the very first page. Very first page. Page 1, issue 1, Tokyo Storm Warning, inked by Andrew Curry, who did an amazing job on my ink. So this actually did take me a day. I was so excited to get started, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. As you notice, the water here, I had a lot of inspiration from Michael Turner's Fathom when I was drawing this particular piece, right? But you know, I got as much reference as I could for, you know, this type of warship. Right, I forgot exactly what was going on, but yeah, like the way I rendered the water, it's very. I looked at a lot of Fathom stuff when I was looking at the water. In terms of style, when it came to characters, I was trying to do more of a Travis Charest type ripoff when I was doing this. So I was unsuccessful. Like I'd look at a lot of Travis Charest stuff when I was drawing the faces. So I was trying to do that stuff. I was trying to be the on-time Travis Charest, and unfortunately, it didn't look like Travis Charest, nor was I on time. So, so here's page 2. Now, I didn't receive all the pages from DC. Now, DC, what they do with the original art is that they split it up between the penciler and the inker. So the inker gets some of the pages, and the artist gets some of the pages. And I believe DC's the one who decides who gets what page, with the exception of one, and I'll go through that when I go through my Wonder Woman stuff eventually. But for now, but that's how it is. So some of the pages, cool pages, I didn't get, but I did get some of the cool pages as well. And as you can see here, this is DC paper. I didn't show you that before. Let me just zoom in here. See, this is what DC professional paper looks like. See, DC Vertigo, Wildstorm. So all three there, interiors, and this is a pretty big piece of paper here. So this is actually bigger than Marvel paper in that sense. Whoa, and this is my very first DC splash page. And this was a lot of fun, and this was the little boy I was showing you before. And you see he's drawing monsters, right? And then big explosion. Now, let's go. This particular page didn't take me long at all. This took me maybe 6 hours, and of course, like it's just one big explosion. But this is one of the rare occasions where less is more. In that case, I think all of you, when you see my work, you might think I think more is more, and in some cases I do. But in this particular case, like this was really effective for what it was, and they really, really loved this, and they were so happy with how fast I produced this page. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that for the rest of the series. So here are a couple of pages here, the two main characters. So this is Zoe, and this is what was the game? Renji. Zoe and Renji, the two main characters here. And then I was trying to do a very Ghost in the Shell type feel when it came to the actual city itself. Like, of course, it's like a sci-fi Japan, like all of these things are. Right? But what was interesting about this one, and it just shows the great inker that Andrew was, like a lot of the times when I was drawing Renji, you see how this is black here? I made a suit just completely black, just made it easy for him, and I just filled it in black, right? So for example here, when I did it, I was just putting the little X's in, and it was just black. But then Andrew came, and he actually inked all these folds into his outfit. He inked it. This particular one, no, I think I did this myself. But like for example, this one, he inked all the folds in. And like he would do little things like that. Just shows how well a good inker can add to your artwork as opposed to take away. Andrew was one of the rare instances where he actually added to my actual artwork. I would work again with him in a heartbeat, though I don't think he would work with me again. So here are a couple more pages. This was a lot of fun, this particular panel here. Let me zoom in to this particular panel. I really like this panel. In terms of perspective, I felt it was a good achievement. I forgot what I was referencing when I was looking at this, but it must have been like some... one of my biggest references was the Final Fantasy, the movie art book. That influenced me a lot in terms of how I drew robots, actually. So the Final Fantasy art book way back in 2000, I believe it was 2000 when that movie came out. But like the movie wasn't that great, but the designs, that influenced me a lot. And not just me, like I've seen influences in like Brian Hitch's work. Like he would do Iron Man, and some of it was like taken almost directly from that art book, or the designs were so reminiscent of that art book. So like inspiration, it's not rip-off, it's more inspiration. It'd be rip-off if he ripped it off one to one, but you could see the influence for sure. And then this was the main bad guy. I forgot his name. No, not him. That's Renji. But this guy, this director, he was like the main bad guy. But as you could tell, like I was still working on my anatomy and all that stuff. Like a lot of this stuff kind of looked weird. So, humans still a long way to go. Even now, a long way to go. And this is probably one of my favorite pages of the book, right? So 3 panels in this page, right? So you get the city here. Again, very... like I used to draw a lot of this type of stuff when I was at Dreamwave, like a lot of because I worked on a book called Dark Minds, and it was very Ghost in the Shell rip-offish. We'll see that. But even now, I'm looking at this, and the perspective's way off here. It's kind of weird here, but it is what it is. Like not bad for the time, but now I've drawn perspective so much I could tell the difference. But yeah, and then I go up here, and then you see this car here. Cars driving by here. Now this car's supposed to look like it's moving. It really looks like it's parked, but it's supposed to look like it's moving. I should have done like speed lines here. But then after that, boom! Bigfoot comes down, crashes in the car, boom! This was one of my favorite pages ever. And I really like how I drew this particular monster here. Now unfortunately the page after this I sold. It was a big splash page of that monster I showed you earlier. But I really like the impact of this page. Boom, and then they use this particular page a lot in the promotion because they liked how this just destroyed this car. And here is another splash. This is the very first first part where you see the giant robot. For the life of me, I don't remember what they were called. I actually gave away a lot of my original copies of this book. I'll have to go back and see if I have any more. I might have some copies of the trade somewhere. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. So this is the first splash of the giant robot here, and you see him kind of flying here. It's cool. I took a lot of influences from a book by Wildstorm called Brass when it came to poses of. Who drew that again? What's his name? Richard. I forgot his name. He was a really huge influence on me as well when it came to drawing robots, right? And then, yeah. So you see what's going on here. They're piloting the robot. So this was fun. And here were the last couple pages here. So let me zoom in so we could go through them, you know. Shooting missiles out. Goes and destroys the head. And then you see the blood coming out of the head here. And this was cool. Like the blood came down and swarmed the city. It's like a big ocean of blood. Well, blood go down and go, "Her." And then you see the head fall into the ground here. Like these were... Like, I wasn't very happy with the quality of these pages. Like, again, this is the end of the issue, so I'm rushing to make the deadline, like everything. Then we see the last two remaining heads here. They're angry. Like, this turned out okay. I had a lot of influence of Joe Mad when it came to this particular panel. I forgot what I was looking at exactly. But a lot of influence from Joe Mad. This one, and then the explosion's coming towards the big robot. I forgot what the robot's name was. And she's like, "Oh, no. Oh no." Even here, like I see problems with this face already. I see problems already. Like I would be doing these lines here and then not exactly know why I would be doing lines here, but now I have a better understanding of anatomy, so I could fix this face up now, or at least understand it more in a 3D sense. So things you learn when you know, when you get further along in your art career, when you pick up more knowledge, right? So yeah, that's it for this issue. So that was it. That was issue 1, my very, very first work at DC Comics, and that was for Tokyo Storm Warning #1. So in later episodes, I'll probably go through issue number 2, issue number 3, where I actually didn't finish issue number 3. I left that I think 5 pages on the table. I left 5 pages on the table, and they got another artist to finish off the series. So I'll explain that in a later episode. But you see the type of quality of work I was doing at the time. My humans needed a lot of work. I really like the way the monster turned out. But some of actually my favorite work is in issue number 3, which I will show you guys a little bit later on, because that was the issue I was trying to make up for being so late, and I failed. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah, these type of episodes, I love showing you guys just to show you like my experiences and the type of artwork I produced years ago. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions that you have about that, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear your comments. If you'd like to see the episode where I actually talk about getting this job, please check out my question and answer series, my Ask the Artist series, episode number 7, my first job at DC. I'll put a link, hopefully somewhere here, or at least a card up here, so you could check it out. Check out that particular episode. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys learned something. Again, any questions you have, please continue to follow me on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter @BoxOfficeArtist. You can message me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/TheBoxOfficeArtist. Please follow me on my daily vlog, youtube.com/JamesRays. And please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you can. As of this recording, I just hit 8,000 subscribers. I could imagine getting that high a number before. I know it's small compared to other artists, but slowly growing, and I am appreciative of each and every one of you for coming and watching me. So thank you all for watching. My name is James. I'm the Box Office Artist. I'm here to say keep drawing, and I will see all of you tomorrow.